yoga friends. Welcome to your yin session. We have 45 minutes of yin yoga. And today we're going to be focusing on the element of metal. And the element of metal is associated with our lungs, with our breathing, and our large intestine. Now I'm going to teach the class as if you don't have yoga props. But there are some things you can use, and I'm going to be using a cushion. So most of you have pillows, cushions at home. So take a moment and see if you can grab something appropriate. Maybe a couple of pillows, a cushion that can give support, and in lieu of blocks, you can use books, maybe plastic containers. So feel free to grab anything that you can use as a prop. And since our session today is focused on breathing and the lungs, we're going to start with a little bit of pranayama called samavritti, which means equal breathing and sometimes called four square breath. So let's get into a seated position or kneeling, any position you find comfortable where you can keep your back straight. So I'm going to be using this book as a block to sit on. So come to a position, any seated position that you find comfortable. And since you're at home, if you want to sit in a chair, please feel free to sit in a chair. It's perfectly okay. And this is a breathing exercise. And first, let's take a cleansing breath. So, push your belly out, exhale all the air out, and then start filling your lungs from the bottom. And breathe right to the top, and exhale it all out. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in, expanding your ribcage, filling your whole body with oxygen. Rinse it all out. Beautiful. Now, I want to form this Janan Mudra, thumb to index finger. And in yoga, this is the Mudra of Wisdom, of knowledge. But this has special significance in working on the metal organs, the lung and the large intestine, because the lung meridian starts from the solar plexus, goes through the lungs, across the chest to the shoulders, over the biceps, underneath the forearm, and ends at the tip of your thumbs. The large intestine, its partner, starts from the tip of your index fingers, but goes up the outer part of your arm to the shoulders, and then runs up the neck to the opposite nostril. So when we form this Janan Mudra, this Mudra of Wisdom, we're activating the lung and the large intestine meridians. So we're going to use this as part of our breathing practice. So we're going to start off really easy with an equal inhale and exhale to the count of 4. So first expel the air out of your lungs, and we'll start to inhale through your nostrils, 2, 3, 4. And then exhale, counting 2, 3, 4. Again, inhaling 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhaling 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Okay, stop. Now what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate what's called kumbhaka, or breath retention, to the count of 4. At the top of the inhalation when your lungs are full, and also at the bottom of the exhalation when your lungs are empty. Alright? So let's do that. So first exhale everything out, and then we'll inhale counting 2, 3, 4. Now hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Our last round. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And inhale, and just breathe naturally and normally. And take a few moments here, just noticing the sensations in your body. And what this 4 square breath does, it equalizes the yang and the yin energies in the body. The yang energy is what's referred to as the solar or sun energy in yoga. The yin energy, and that's when we exhale, is associated with the moon energy, the yin energy. So by equalizing inhale and exhale, we're creating balance in the body. Okay, beautiful. Let's get into our first yin pose. We're going to get into Sphinx. So I'm going to remove the book from behind me and come to lie on your bellies. Okay, and get your elbows underneath your shoulders. Okay. Now, if you do have a cushion, you feel free to use your cushion as a prop. So I've got a cushion here. You can sort of fold it like this to create support and place it underneath your chest, and your elbows go in front like this. Okay? So if you want to do that, feel free to do that. But you don't have to do that. Now visually look at your elbows. Make sure they're directly under the shoulders, especially if you're not using a cushion or a bolster. I'm just going to check the messages here. Okay. Thanks, guys. There's Danny, Christine. Welcome. Okay, back to our Sphinx. Now, once you get into this position, take a breath in and gently lift your chest. As you exhale, draw your chin towards your chest, lengthening the back of the neck. And this is a much better position for your neck when holding Sphinx. Focusing on your breathing. Breathe naturally, maybe a little bit more deeply and fully. And start to bring attention to all the sensations of your breathing. And start to peel away your attention away from your thoughts. And place attention into your body, into all the sensations of your breathing. And we're going to be here for a couple of minutes. Now I'm going to offer a few options here. If you're finding strain in your lower back, push your elbows further forward, and that decreases the angle of the back bend. Another thing you can do is to completely relax your neck and lift your head hand. If you have anything to support your head, maybe a box or a container, you can use that. And for those of you that are finding this pose really intense, and it's just getting to the point where you're really straining and struggling, bring your palms together, chest to the mat, and forehead resting on your palms, or maybe the side of the head. So that's your exit. So if you need to exit, that's what you do. So we'll be here for another minute, one more minute. Continue breathing. Now the element of metal in TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, is all about the principle of taking in and letting go, of absorbing, of receiving, and of releasing, of surrendering. And focus on your breath and notice the rhythm of your inhale and exhale. And notice that for you to inhale, you have to first exhale. And this seems so common sense, we don't even think about it. Your body just breathes on its own. But this is an important principle. It's the principle of all living things. That first we absorb, we receive. But in order to receive, we have to first empty. We have to let go and release what we no longer need. And notice the flow. Notice the exhale following the inhale. And the inhale coming after the exhale. One after the other. And this is the principle of life. The principle of absorbing what we need on the outside to the inside, and then what we no longer need, what no longer serves us, we release and let go. So the lungs breathe in oxygen and chi, the vital force of the universe. And when we exhale, we let go, release carbon dioxide, what the body no longer needs. Now we're coming to the end of our Sphinx, so a few more breaths here. One deep breath in, filling your lungs, and exhale it all out. Now staying in your Sphinx pose, bring your hands to the outer edges of your mat, keeping your elbows where they are. Spread fingers wide and firmly pressing your palms into the mat, start to straighten your arms and lift your chest up. And this is called seal. It's a little bit more dynamic back bend, and we're not going to stay here long, just for about 30 seconds. And if you find this seal pose too intense, you can always lower back to your Sphinx. We're going to take the opportunity here to do 3 deep cleansing breaths. So first exhale, and then a big breath in, expanding your ribcage, filling your lungs. Flush it all out, nose and mouth. Exhale it all out. Twice more. Deep breath in. Flush it out. One more time. Breath in, filling your whole body with oxygen. And exhale and bend the elbows lower down. And stack your hands one on top of the other. Rest your forehead on your hands. Maybe the side of the head. And breathe into your lower back and relax. And release tension. Take a few breaths here. And enjoy just lying on your belly. And as the front of our body presses into the earth, feel your connection with the earth below. Earth is one of the 5 elements. And it's an element associated with your stomach. And your stomach meridians runs down the front of the body. So as we lie here on our belly, we're activating the stomach meridians and activating the earth energy. And feel the chi of the earth, which is harmony, stability, grounding, nurturing, nourishing. Feel this energy enter your body. And just gently notice how your lower back, your shoulders, your neck feel after holding Sphinx and doing seal. Now slowly come up and we'll get into our Sphinx position, and we're going to kind of shuffle a little bit more to the right side of our mat, kind of like this. Okay? And we're going to do what's called half cuddle, half frog. So bring your left knee, slide it up so it's about the same level as your left hip. Okay? And open up the foot so it's underneath the knee. Now with your right arm, flip your right hand up so your palm's facing up. Thread it underneath your left armpit like this. So you're lowering your right shoulder down to the mat and the right side of your head on the mat. You can use your left hand to support your head. And what we're doing here in half cuddle, half frog, is we're activating the large intestine meridian that starts from the tip of the index finger and runs up the outer part of the arm to the outer shoulder. And that's what we're doing. You can feel that pressure on the outer part of your right shoulder. It's a fairly relaxing position. So we're allowing the weight of your body to press against your right arm. So you can feel that pressure. This is creating an internal rotation of your shoulder girdle. So when we work with the lung and large intestine meridians, we're opening our shoulders, working our shoulder girdle, externally, internally rotating them. And you're going to notice as we go through our poses that we're working on our upper body, our chest, our shoulders, and arms. And we'll be here for another 45 seconds, not too long. Just relax in your half cuddle, half frog. It's called half frog because our left hip is opening up. And as we keep our left hip open, it's activating the 3 inner leg meridians, the kidney, liver, and spleen meridians that run on the inner part of your leg, and entering into your groin and rising up to their respective organs. Now start to draw a breath in and exhale out. And slowly with your left hand on the mat, push up, and we're going to come back up to your Sphinx and slide your left knee back to center. And now what we're going to do is we're going to proceed directly to our chest opening pose. So stretch your right arm out to the side with your palm facing down, not up, palm facing down, right side of your head on the mat. And now with your left hand, bring it by your waist, push your left palm into the mat, flip your body open. So your left leg goes up and over your right leg, bend your left knee. You can land your left foot on the floor behind you. You can also half bind your left arm behind the back, and you can form the Junan Mudra again, thumb to index finger. So, after our half cuddle, half frog, we're doing the chest open. So this is creating an external rotation of your shoulder girdle, and we're directly activating the lung meridian that runs on the inner part of your right arm. Now, for those of you with a shoulder injury, if you find that this pose is just too intense, you're not able to do this pose, you can bring your chest down to the mat and just have your arms stretched out. Okay? So feel free to bring your chest back to the mat if you find that this pose is too straining. And the degree to which you open up is completely in your control. You're the master. So if your shoulder is pretty flexible and open, you can open up quite a bit. If your shoulder is tight, just open up to that point where you're getting a stretch, and you can stay there. Now make sure with your right arm that the palm is down on the floor, not facing up to the ceiling. The lung meridians run on the inner part of the arms, the soft part, the biceps and underneath the forearm and ending in the very tip of your thumbs. So as we hold the Jnana Mudra, it's optional. With your other hand, with your free hand, we're activating the lung, large intestine meridians on the opposite side. About another half minute here. Continue to follow your breath. And let your breath be the anchor of your yin practice. Your breath is the link between mind and body. And by focusing on your breath, it draws you into a state of being mindfully present. We're coming to the end of our chest opener. Draw a breath in, and as you exhale, bring your chest down to the mat. And bring your hands down, down by your hips, palms facing up, and switch cheeks. So now the left side of the cheek is on the mat, just to rest. And in this position, we're allowing the shoulders to droop down. Just releasing any tension from your right shoulder. And also connecting to the earth as the front of the body presses into your mat. Stay for a moment here. Another breath in. Exhale out. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and slowly rise up and coming back into your Sphinx position. And now we're going to repeat this sequence, but on the left side of the body. Okay? So we're going to start with the cuddle. So with the cuddle, now we're going to slide the right knee up, maybe shuffle over to the left side of the mat, slide the right knee up so it's the same level as your right hip. And bring your left hand, flip it up to the sky, and thread your left hand underneath your right armpit and bring the left shoulder down to the mat. And rest the left side of the head on the mat, and you can use your hand to support your head. And here we're activating the large intestine meridian that runs along the outer part of your left arm. Relax. This is a fairly relaxing pose. So just let the weight of your upper body press into your arm. Follow your breath. When the lungs and large intestine meridians are out of balance, they're associated with the psychological state of depression, of sadness, of sorrow, of regret. And what that refers to, what it points out, is that we're holding on to things that maybe it's time to let go. When we hold on to things, usually from the past, too tightly, and it can create a state of sadness, of depression, of grief. And it's not that we want to push away those feelings, but it's important to observe them and to really understand maybe what they're pointing at. And in life, as life flows, and the movement of all life is taking in, absorbing, receiving, and letting go. And sometimes if we just hold on and just take in and not release, it creates an imbalance. So the element of metal teaches us that once in a while we need to step back and take stock. Take stock of our thoughts and emotions. And just assess whether we may be holding on to something that no longer serves us anymore. So instead of being a positive thing, it drags us down. It binds us. And perhaps it's time to release what we are holding on to. And sometimes it takes far more courage to let go than to keep holding on. And we'll be here for one more minute. And as you deepen into your yin pose, connect to that stillness and the silence within. This is your center. And as you follow your breathing, follow your breath, and allow your breath to deepen you into your presence, drawing you away from the thinking mind, from all the thoughts that bombard us, and to draw attention into your presence. A few more breaths here. Now, draw a deep breath in, exhale out, and then slowly come up, and we'll come up onto our Sphinx position again. So the legs are back to center. And now we're going to do the chest stretch on the opposite side, so the left side of the body. So stretch your left arm out to the side, palm facing down. Okay. And bring the left side of your head to the mat. And your right hand by your waist, and then pushing your hand into the mat, flip your right leg up and over your left leg. So you're opening up your shoulder girdle. Now make sure your left arm is at shoulder level, so your arm is not pointing down and it's not pointing up. It's directly to the left side of your body. Now you can half bind your right arm behind your back and form the Janan Mudra, the thumb to index finger, the Mudra of Wisdom. If you wish, that's optional. And once again, if you find that this is painful, that you're really straining, you can bring your chest to the mat and just have your left arm stretched out. So feel free to do that if you need to. The element of metal teaches us the wisdom of absorbing, of taking in, letting go. And it creates a flow. And this flow is freedom. When we can flow with life, we create inner space and inner freedom within us. And when we resist the flow of life, and that's when we create imbalance and we create suffering. And what's interesting is without metal, we would not be able to breathe at all. Without the iron that's in your hemoglobin, within your red blood cell, we would not be able to capture the oxygen out of the air. So this element of metal, is really the perfect element to do with the lungs of large intestine. And if you consider the large intestine, its job is to absorb the water from the waste of the small intestine, because water is precious and your body needs water. But after the water is taken, the large intestine's job is to get rid of the waste out of your body. So both the lungs and the large intestine are about this very principle of accepting, of receiving, and also releasing, surrendering, letting go. This is the flow of life. And we'll be here for another 45 seconds. And start to draw a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring your chest back to the mat. And let's bring our hands down by our hips, palms face up, and switch cheeks. So now back to the right cheek on the mat. And just breathe here. Allow your shoulders to droop down towards the mat, towards the earth. Cuddle to the earth and feel the embrace of the earth nurturing your body, bringing healing, bathing every cell, every organ in your body with harmony, balance. And so you begin, relax your shoulders. Release tension from your body. Now bring your hands up under the shoulders. And we're going to press palms into the mat. Lift your heart up. Take a breath in. And we're going to push back and get into child's pose. So child's pose, knees are wide. Big toes touch. And push your hips towards your heels. Now for some of you, if you have knee issues and you find that doing this is really painful or strain on your knees, you may need to bring your hips up. And if you have a cushion, you can place the cushion behind your hips on top of your calves, and that will help to keep the hips lifted. But if your knees feel pretty good, then allow them to push down towards the heels. Stretch your arms out, forehead on the mat. Relax the arms, elbows touching the mat. and sink towards the earth. And we're getting into child's pose here to balance all the work that we've been doing. And notice that the half cuddle, half frog, and the chest opener are quite asymmetrical poses. And in child's pose, we're creating balance and symmetry. It's a really earthy pose. Notice that you're facing the earth. Notice with your knees bent, quads are stretched, your shins, tops of your feet press into the mat. That's exactly where your stomach meridians run. And the stomach is associated with the earth, and the earth is about balance, harmony, nurturing, nourishing. So feel the chi of the earth in your child's pose. And feel the energy of the earth, the chi of the earth, filling your body with its balance, with its harmony. Let your shoulders and arms relax. Let your hips be heavy, sinking down towards your heels. And enjoy this wonderful forward bend. We're stretching the lower back as well. This is one of the best poses you can do if you have any lower back problems or spine issues. And we'll be here for 1 minute. And I'm going to keep a watch on the time. We're not going to stay too long in our child's pose. We're just bringing balance, harmony, symmetry. And a few more breaths. And really relish and savor the last few moments of your child. Enjoy the pressure in your hips. Enjoy the stretch of your spine. Start to draw a deep breath into your lower back. And rinse it all out. Slowly walk your hands towards you. Yeah. We have a few minutes left, and I want to do a starfish using a cushion. So the starfish is kind of like the peak pose of our metal session. So I've got this cushion here, and I'm going to fold this in half, like this. And you can use pillows, maybe a couple of pillows, or if you have a bolster, you can use a bolster. Maybe a beach towel, if you don't have pillows or cushions. So I'm going to do this. So I'm going to place this on my mat, and I'm going to sit in front of the cushion, and I'm holding it down, and I'm spreading my legs out wide. So the cushion is underneath my mid-back, and then I'm going to roll over the cushion and open up my arms and get the back of my head to the mat, and I'm creating a shape like a starfish. And this is a chest opening back bend. Now in your starfish, relax into the pose, just allow the opening. And make sure that your cushion, your pillow, whatever you're using is underneath your heart. So kind of where the middle of your back is, that allows your chest to open up. Breathe deeply. This is a lung opening, heart opening pose. So in your starfish, start to breathe in a little bit more deeply. Feel your ribcage expanding as you inhale. And when you exhale, squeeze all the air out. And keep breathing. To be able to breathe, it's a blessing to be able to breathe freely, without pain, without constriction. And it represents the inner freedom. When we're able to exhale all the carbon dioxide out of our lungs and to inhale the life-giving oxygen. We're able to live. You can live without food for a long time, without water for a week, but we really can't live without breathing more than maybe 3 or 4 minutes before our brain cells start to become damaged, and eventually will die fairly quickly if you're not able to breathe. So as you focus on your breathing in your starfish, let's send some love, appreciation, gratitude to our lungs. And most of the time we really don't think about that we're able to breathe. So let's be thankful. Let's feel gratitude. Thanking the lungs for the work they do for us. I'm going to keep an eye on the time, so now we're not going to stay here too long. Just a few more breaths. Now let's draw a deep breath in and exhale it all out. Now bend your knees, bring your knees together, roll over to one side, and exhale from your starfish and set aside your cushion. And let's lie down again and keep knees bent and wide, feet are wide, arms stretched out. We'll do some movement here, so some windscreen wipers. So take a breath in, exhale knees to your right, turn your head to the left. Inhale knees up, head up, and exhale the knees to the left this time, turn your head to the right and keep going. And just do a few of these, just to release any tension you may be holding in your hips and lower back. And it just feels really good to create some movement in your yin practice just before we end, moving at your own pace. And let's do a couple more. When your knees go to the left, make that your last one. And then bring knees up into your chest, hug them in, squeeze them in. You can rock side to side. If you want to do happy baby, feel free to do happy baby. Knees wide, feet wide. You can rock gently side to side. Now take an inhale and exhale, release, and we'll get into our Shavasana. So legs stretched out, or it's called pentacle in yin yoga. So keep your legs a little wide, arms resting by your sides, palms face up. If you want hands on your belly, feel free. If you want to take a different position, different pose, by all means. Let your body sink into your mat. Release all tension. Relax every muscle, every joint. Let your bones lie where they are and deepen into your place of ease and relaxation. Consciously let go. Consciously surrender your physical form. Release all thought. Now for those of you at home, please feel free to keep lying in your pentacle. And since you're at home, you can lie here as long as you wish. But we've come to the end of our session here. So I'm going to come up to sitting, and if you want to come up to sitting, feel free. And if you are in a seated position, bring your hands to your heart, back straight, eyes closed. And take a few breaths here. Center it. And let's draw one last deep breath in together, filling our lungs. And a long exhale out. And let's give thanks for our practice. And I want to express my gratitude to each one of you for joining me. Thank you so much for inviting me into your home. And please feel free to send me messages. As instructors, we're keen to do the best we can for you. So let us know how we're doing. If the time doesn't work for you or the day, let us know. And we'll do our best to accommodate. All right? The one light shines in each one of us. The light in me sees and honors the same light shining in you. So let's say to each other, Namaste. Namaste, everyone. I'll be starting our meditation, virtual meditation at 11:15. So if you want to join me, please feel free. It's 30 minutes. And so we have a little bit of a break. So you can make a cup of tea or go to the loo. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.